Welcome to Business Matters, a program produced by the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce in conjunction with Actontv. I'm your host, Kathleen McDonald, Executive Director of the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce. Business Matters is a program which features chamber members and highlights information important to businesses in the Middlesex West community. I have the pleasure of welcoming to Business Matters today Laura Klein, who is the Wellness Director of the Thoreau Club in Concord. Welcome, Laura.
Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Great to
I'm
be
so
here.
glad you came. Tell us a little bit about Thoreau Club's mission.
Well, our mission is really to make sure that our community stays healthy, gets healthy, and maintains a healthy lifestyle, and we've been doing that for over 65 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
what longevity.
Yeah.
Excellent. And tell me a little bit about how you fulfill that wonderful mission.
Well, we have a number of different programs: fitness, tennis, swimming, but our big program that helps people get healthy is called the Commit to Get Fit program. So it's a 90-day program that focuses on exercise, nutrition, weight management, stress management, behavior modification, and we provide all the tools that people need to get healthy with that program.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little bit more information about that program?
Yeah, well, we have a team of registered dietitians, certified wellness coaches, personal trainers, and we all work together in a 13-week program. So it's comprised of a series of lectures and group exercise classes. We have a portal that people can enter their information on. We provide recipes, fitness tips, and it's a very comprehensive program. We do an assessment before and after the program so that we can show you what kind of results you're going to get.
Wow. And tell me about some of those types of results that you get in 13 weeks.
Sure. Well, let me start by asking you, do you have any idea what this is?
I have no idea. What is it?
This is actually 5 pounds of fat.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really heavy too. Most people have no idea how much weight they're carrying around, extra weight. So our program, people lose an average of 15 pounds, which is 3 times this amount.
Wow.
They reduce their blood pressure, their cholesterol, their fasting blood sugar. We've had people that get off of their medications, and people who even their doctor told them to go on medications, and they came to us first, and they were able to avoid going on medications so that they could live a healthy lifestyle.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
really
a real
is.
success story, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. So what would you say to someone who hates to work out, though? I mean, exercise is not their thing.
Right.
What
Well,
would you?
we make it fun for people. So first of all, you're in a group with other people who are in the same position that you're in. You know, we have people who've never worked out. We have people who got injured and they're coming back to working out. We have people who love to work out but just can't find the time. So you're in a group together. The classes are just designed for you. And so you're not working out with other people. It's just the people that are in your group. We also have you meet one-on-one with our personal trainers. So in addition to the group workout, they design a personal program just for you. And we provide a lot of support, and we make it fun for you. So people actually, they come with their spouses, they come with their kids, their adult children, and they just make it a whole family affair. And everyone benefits from the program, even the family members who aren't there, because they're eating healthier.
True,
And they're leading
true.
healthier lifestyles.
And that group motivation is wonderful, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's great. They cheer each other on. We do a party at the end to celebrate people's results. It's really amazing. The transformations that people have are just amazing. They really say that this has changed their lives, and in some cases it's saved their lives. People come to us and they don't realize that they have some pre-existing condition or that they're about to become a little less healthy than they would like, and we have given them the tools to literally change their life, and it's so rewarding to work with people and help them do that.
I can imagine so. Tell me a little bit about what you say to people who say, I just can't fit working out into my schedule.
Right.
I'm just really, my schedule's just crammed.
Right. Well, we basically say, like, if you ignore your health, it'll go away. And when people really think about why they want to get healthy, it's not just about looking good. It's more about feeling good, and it's about being around long enough to see your kids grow up, to see your grandchildren, to be healthy in your, as you get older and as you age. And when you really think about what's important to you, about what matters most, and you connect with that, then it seems like, I just have to do it. People just, they don't even give it a second thought.
They fit it in because they're motivated to.
Exactly, exactly. And when they think about, what would happen if they don't fit it in, and they start to see those results, that's what really gets people to say, sign me up. And also when they see people who have done it and they realize that if they can do it, I can do it, that helps. I mean, we've had so many people go through the program who have had amazing results, and their friends come to them and say, how did you do this? And they say, I did commit to get fit. And they said, well, tell me about it. And we have information sessions, and we have lectures every month that are open to the public, so people can come, kind of test it out on their own. We even have a short program, a mini series. It's only 4 weeks, so people can kind of test the waters before making that big commitment. But I understand, it can be scary for people, but once they come in and they see the other people there that are the same as them, it's not all people who are, super fit bodies. It's just average people who want to get healthy and stay healthy.
That's wonderful. Can you share with us some of your success stories through the program?
Sure. I have so many. But we just ended a class, and actually I had a woman who was in my class who came to me because her doctor said she needed to go on medication to control her blood sugar. And she said, you know what, I don't want to go on medication. I want to make lifestyle changes, and I'm really, really committed to doing this. I'm motivated, but my doctor says I can't do it unless I go on medication. So we said, don't worry, we're going to help you. So she met with a registered dietitian. She gave her some guidelines to work with, given what some of her constraints were. And at the end of the program, she had lost 20 pounds. She had reduced her fasting blood sugar. She went back to her doctor, and her doctor couldn't even believe it. She was like, flabbergasted. So she really, proved her wrong, I have to say. And she felt so good about herself, and she was so happy to achieve those results. I had another couple who did the program together, and the husband really came because the wife dragged him there. He didn't want to come, but she said, we're doing this because our family needs to be healthier, and we're going to set a good example for our children. And at the end of the program, he lost 30 pounds. She said they went to their family reunion, and nobody recognized him. He looked better than he had when he graduated from high school.
Oh my goodness.
So he was so thrilled.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it was great.
Are these outcomes typical?
Yes. So
my goodness.
We've been running the program for over 3 years, but the program has been around for about 7 years, and we have collected all the statistics on everyone who's completed the program. And we have, compiled those results, and these are typical results. Over 7 years, we've had about 3,000 people plus, probably more like 4,000, go through the program. So these are very typical results, and some people even have better results. I have one client who went through the program. He lost 30 pounds on the program, and then he lost another 30 pounds, so he's lost 60 pounds. And he, over the course of a year, we monitor his progress. So he's kept it off, and most people do. It's not a diet. It's not just an exercise program. It's a lifestyle change, and people get the results, but then they keep it off.
That's so wonderful. And it's so rewarding for you to see those changes, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I love working with people. It's just wonderful. And people just are so happy. That's what's so great about it, that they've made these changes, they feel good about themselves, they feel better, and it's just a win-win all the way around.
Excellent. So tell me about some of the supports that are offered through this program. You mentioned dietitians.
Yep, so we have registered dietitian, we have certified wellness coaches and personal trainers, we also have group exercise instructors, we have assessors who just do the assessments before and after, so you can see and chart your progress all along the way. We even have some insurance reimbursement, so depending on what health insurance you have, sometimes we can defray the cost of the program as well. So the insurance companies recognize the value of this program, and it's definitely prevention is a much better way to go than treating illness afterwards. So we also have a manual that people can follow along with. There's a portal that they can go and track their exercise, their nutrition, their moods, and we send out weekly recipes and exercise tips, and we meet once a week, so we keep people together as a group, and that supports each other as well. The group supports the members of the group.
And how did you develop it to be a 13-week program versus 6 months or?
Well, it's based on research that to create and maintain healthy habits, it takes about 3 months. So that's kind of the magic line of when you can sustain a result. If you just do something for a couple of weeks, you're not going to have sustainable results. So that's why the 3-month mark is.
That's great to hear that rationale behind that. And in addition to endorsements from insurance companies, are there other endorsements that the program has received?
Yeah, so the American Heart Association has endorsed our program, and so we will be launching a program with them in the next year or so in the state of Massachusetts, but it's already happening in New Hampshire.
That's great.
Yeah, and we also work with Emerson Hospital, and we work with a number of local physicians who refer their clients to us because they don't have time to go over all the lifestyle information that we provide.
Excellent. So tell me, who would be an ideal candidate for the program?
Well, pretty much anyone. Anybody who wants to get healthy, who wants to lose weight, de-stress, get fit. I mean, and who doesn't, fit that profile? And
Right.
we have people of all ages. We have men and women. Like I said, sometimes we'll have couples come in. Sometimes we'll have people bring their teenage children in. So it's pretty much, anyone can benefit from the program.
So you do work with younger people as well?
Yeah, I would say, like in the higher age of teenage age, we don't have, we're working on a program for children right now.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, but we're not quite ready to launch that yet.
That will be great.
Yeah.
That'll be great. And tell me about other programs that the Thoreau Club offers.
Well, we have a number of different programs. We have tennis programs for everyone from tiny tots from 2 and 3 years old all the way up to seniors.
Oh my goodness.
We have a full fitness program. We offer over 75 group exercise classes a week, so something for everyone. We do yoga and Pilates. We do cardio circuits, as well as all your basic exercise programs. We also have a spa, so we do therapeutic massage. As I said, we have registered dietitians on staff who will meet with you, and then we have a full aquatics program. So everything from our little tiniest kids learning how to swim, because that's a lifelong skill, up to a master swim program. And we have a camp, a summer day camp. That was actually the start of Thoreau. Was a day camp, started 65 years ago. And we have a corporate outing center that we host corporate outings for companies in the area that want to host a picnic or a healthy lifestyle event.
How wonderful. It's very, very comprehensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's like a little oasis.
Yes. So you've really sold me on the Get Fit program. Tell me about what the first steps are that someone should take if they're wanting to explore more or really make that commitment going forward.
Yeah, the easiest thing to do is just to go on our website, which is www.thoreau.com, and just click on there and you'll see Commit to Get Fit. There's a button right on the home page, and that'll take you through to a page that'll tell you about all the upcoming events that we have. As I mentioned, we do information sessions. You can come and, for half an hour, learn about the program. We do monthly lecture series. We bring in local experts who talk about health and wellness topics, and that's free to the public. And then we also have our classes, and those are all listed on the website.
That's wonderful. And if a family or a couple wanted to join the program, are there discounts that are offered, or how does that work?
Well, as I mentioned, there's a number of different ways that you can get involved in the program. And once you connect with us, then we'll look into what's the best option for you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Laura, this has been so insightful and very, very informative. And we wish you the very best with this very successful program.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Kathleen. It was a
Thank you
pleasure.
for coming to Business Matters.
Thank you.
I would like to remind our viewers about the Reinvent Your Business Conference, which is taking place on Friday, October 21st from 8:30 to 3 p.m. at the Ken Olson Auditorium at 4 Millen Main Place in Maynard. This one-day business conference is groundbreaking. It is being produced by the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce and the Metro West Chamber of Commerce and features topics important to companies of all sizes and sectors, including the topics of customer experience, human resource issues, how to use technology effectively, and growth through different business models. Pre-registration is strongly encouraged. For more information, please visit the Chamber's website at mwcoc.com or call the Chamber at 978-263-0010. We will be back shortly with our next guest. Hello. I'm Kathleen McDonald, Executive Director of the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce, and I am so thrilled to tell you about a fabulous event the Chamber is presenting, the Taste of Middlesex, a food, wine, and beer extravaganza showcasing 40 restaurants, wineries, and breweries from Middlesex West. Everyone in the entire Middlesex region and beyond is welcome to come. Invite your family, friends, neighbors, business associates, and colleagues to join you. This is such a fun event. You will not want to miss it. The Taste of Middlesex is happening on Tuesday, November 15th, and is being hosted by the Westford Regency. In addition to tasting fantastic food and sampling great wines and beers, attendees will have the chance to vote for their favorite vendors in the People's Choice Awards. Our fantastic Taste of Middlesex sponsors are Cambridge Savings Bank, Concord Tea Cakes, Visiting Angels Home Care Services, Cornerstone Dental Group, Digital Federal Credit Union, Enterprise Bank, and Gould's Clothing. On top of all this great fun, food and drink, the Middlesex West Chamber is collaborating with the American Cancer Society on November 15th at the Taste of Middlesex for our Light Up Middlesex initiative. Help us illuminate hope by dedicating a luminaria that can be purchased before or at the Taste of Middlesex. This is such a fantastic event. I strongly urge you to buy your tickets now. Go to the Chamber's website, mwcoc.com, for more information about the Taste of Middlesex. You can order tickets online using a credit card at our website, mwcoc.com, or you can pay in cash for tickets at our Taste Ticket partners throughout the area. A listing of our ticket partners is on the Chamber's website. The Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce is a 27-year-old regional chamber of commerce serving the 8 communities of Acton, Buckborough, Carlisle, Concord, Littleton, Maynard, Stowe, and Westford. We are very appreciative of the Chamber's corporate sponsors, Care One at Concord, Emerson Hospital, Middlesex Savings Bank, and Westford Regency Inn and Conference Center. The mission of the Chamber is to strengthen our communities by voicing support for and advocating the promotion of business. Come one, come all to the Taste of Middlesex, truly an amazing food, wine, and beer extravaganza you definitely want to be a part of. Buy your tickets now for the Taste. I look forward to seeing you at the Taste of Middlesex on November 15th. Welcome back to Business Matters. And now I have the pleasure of welcoming to Business Matters Tom Beardsley, who is the Engagement Site Manager of the Old Manse in Concord, which is a property of the trustees. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
We're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yes. Tell us exactly where is the Old Manse located in Concord?
It's at 269 Monument Street in Concord, about 1/2 mile from the Colonial Inn. But we don't have a number because we're an historic site, so it's PO Box 572. But you can't miss us because we're right next to the Old North Bridge.
I was just going to say very close to the Old North Bridge.
150 yards.
Oh, excellent. So tell me a little bit about what makes the Old Manse such a special place.
It's convergence of so many themes in American history, culture, literature. And it's all the above that attracted me to the job 9 years ago. It's where the revolution started. If you ignore what people in Lexington say, you know, it's where the American Revolution started, just 150 yards away. We kind of interpret the Manse through 2 revolutions. We talk about the 1775 Battle at the Bridge, and then we jump ahead about 40, 50 years later and talk about the cultural and philosophical revolution, which is all kind of circled around transcendentalism, and we can that's an interesting subject always to discuss.
Excellent, very, very good. So the Old Manse is owned and now and managed by the trustees. When did the trustees take over its care?
1939. It was the trustees' 14th property. We now have 115. The trustees, fascinating organisation, I'm incredibly proud to work for, because the British National Trust is based upon the model of the Trustees of Reservations, which was founded in 1891 by a group of Bostonians and Massachusetts people who were kind of concerned that the Industrial Revolution was eating up a lot of spare land in eastern Massachusetts particularly. So they came in as a preservation organisation to protect some of that land. So mill towns wouldn't sprout up all over suburban Boston with great success.
Preservation was really a part of the consciousness quite a long time ago.
Oh, a long, long time ago, and it's the oldest preservation organisation in Massachusetts.
Yes, yes, very, very good. So now I understand the trustees has recently acquired Fruitlands Museum, which is a longtime member of the Middlesex West Chamber.
Indeed.
And so tell us about that.
Well, Fruitland's a fascinating place. It was a utopian socialist experiment, kind of similar to Brook Farm, the idea of communal living, which was started by Bronson Alcott. I think it's 1843, and for those who know the history of Fruitlands, it didn't last that long as a utopian socialist experiment. But I think what's really important from the trustees' perspective is that the old manse can partner. There's a kind of a synergy there, because of course the old manse represents the birth of American transcendentalism. And indeed Ralph Waldo Emerson, the grandson of the builder of the old manse, invited Bronson Alcott from Connecticut to come and live in Concord, in his intellectual community. So this partnership, quite an exciting partnership.
And tell me a little bit about the plans for Fruitland. It's such a gem of a property.
Oh, it is, and it wonderfully ties in with all the preservation that the trustees already does with land and lakes and scenery. So again, the fit is perfect. I believe it's 210 acres of some of the most beautiful land in New England. I wouldn't say just Massachusetts.
Very beautiful,
Oh,
and beautiful views from there.
It's stunning.
Incredible history.
I always take friends and family from Yorkshire over to see it when they're over. It's nearly as nice as Yorkshire. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a beautiful spot.
So tell me a little bit more about this connection between Fruitlands and the Old Manse in terms of the transcendental movement.
Yeah, the main one, of course, is Bronson Alcott. The trustees of reservations certainly saw this opportunity to partner the two properties because of the fact that Concord is at the centre of the transcendentalist movement. Thoreau, certainly Ralph Waldo Emerson, and just the synergy of thought, the parallel thought. So we're looking forward to doing some exciting programs together and partnerships together in the future.
Very, very good. It was an amazing time in the history of New England and of this area, but also beyond that, in terms of what the transcendental movement, where it went.
Oh, where it went is absolutely fascinating, because this period before the American Civil War is probably one of the richest, most creative periods. It's where America's kind of finding its identity as a separate country from Britain, from Europe, and all that kind of revolves around landscape, nature, being one with God, the Unitarianism, the one true God, that God is innate in all of us and we're one with nature. It's a fascinating period, a really fascinating period in American history, which we represent very well at the Old Manse, and I'm sure they already do that very well at Fruitlands too.
And back to the Old Manse for a minute, I understand that Nathaniel Hawthorne and his wife Sophia lived there, and there's a little something that was left by them on one of the window panes in the house. Can you tell us about that?
Well, we call this graffiti.
Oh.
It's the Hawthornes moved into the Old Manse just shortly after they married in 1842, and on two window panes, Sophia Hawthorne inscribed some sentences, some words on window panes. Glass then was kind of softer, so she got a diamond wedding ring, and on one she shows her door to the snowy scene outside and records it. And then on the one upstairs, she has a conversation with Nathaniel Hawthorne. Now, if you're a Hawthorne aficionado, and his world is known worldwide, people do come from all over to see those inscriptions in the windows, and also to look out of one of the windows, just 150 yards away, and see where the American Revolution began in April the 19th, 1775.
Yeah, amazing. So tell me, what can you see and do at the Old Manse when you go to visit? Are there guided tours?
There are guided tours every 30 minutes. We're open Tuesday through Sunday. We try to close on Mondays, but often we book school groups in or college groups in on Monday. Kind of Monday is our day of rest. So we're open from noon until 5. So the first tour is 12, then there's one at 12:30, then at 1. Last tour is at 4:30. What we're all very proud of at the Old Manse is this bookstore. We call it the Old Manse Specialty Bookstore. We sell books on transcendentalism, Hawthorne, Thoreau, the American Revolution, everything that's kind of intimately tied into our programs. It used to be a gift shop, but we kind of moved out the fridge magnets and the postcards, and we just sell books there.
Focus on the literary.
Absolutely, focus on
Excellent.
the literary, and we've got a special stamp that every time you buy a book from the Old Manse, you get a special Old Manse stamp, a little icon of the house.
Excellent. Very, very good. Promoting reading and understanding that period
Absolutely.
is very important.
Indeed it is, yes.
Tell us a little bit about the special programs and events that you have for the public.
The one that we're really proud of, we started about 8 or 9 years ago, is every Sunday afternoon we have music at the Manse.
Oh, how wonderful.
Between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, we partner with the Boston Folk Song Society. And we've got like a pool of 20 artists who normally would command a goodly fee to perform, but they come to the Old Manse and perform for the people of Concord and surrounding communities.
How wonderful.
And it's a great success.
So tell me, how do you go about finding out about these events and programs so we can take advantage of them?
The Old Manse has a Facebook page, of course. We're in the Action Unlimited. We put all our programs there. And the
Very
Trustees of Reservations website. And now this
Excellent.
program.
Very, very good. We hope to see an uptake in attendance.
Oh, indeed, yes.
Good, good. And tell me, when's the best time to visit the Manse?
We're open seasonally. The season kind of officially starts on Patriots Day, April the 19th, and it goes through to October the 31st. Way back several years ago, we used to put the shutters up between October the 31st and April the 19th. But now we're open every weekend during the winter, if weather permitting. And we're also open by appointment. And we found that's very, very popular because people come to Concord around the year.
Yes.
And they're absolutely delighted to find that the place is open, where a lot of museums do kind of close down. So we're a year-round operation now.
Excellent. That was a great change.
Oh,
that
it was. It's really
Good.
paid off in many ways.
Good. And I have another story to ask you about. I hear that there's a haunted attic
I don't
in
like
the
yeah.
Old Manse. Is that correct?
I don't want to talk about it. Nathaniel Hawthorne tells us in a short story called Mosses of the Manse, Mosses from an Old Manse, that every time he went into the attic, he could hear ministers from past years whispering, and he could feel their silk gowns brush against his face.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we use that to great effect on Halloween and on our special haunted attic tour. So some people claim to have seen things and some people say no. I sit on the fence.
Okay, very good. And a new development, the trustees were recently awarded a grant by the National Endowment for the Humanities to build a welcome center for the Old Manse. That is just wonderful news.
Oh,
and
that's
can you
great.
share with us some of the details about that?
Yeah, we got a very prestigious grant from the NEH, which is very competitive. In previous jobs, I'd done grant writing and know how difficult it is to get a NEH challenge grant. And we also got a Massachusetts Cultural Facilities Fund grant as well. And we're raising funds through donors and different methods.
Wonderful.
One of the things, this wonderful house, 1769 house, has got 18th century rooms, 18th, 19th century furniture, paintings, pictures, but we don't have a lot of programming room. So this is really going to help us expand.
And I hear that the new Welcome Center will be on a footprint of a previous existing building. Was it a barn?
It was a barn, which
Excellent.
was built around the same time as the Manse, around 1770. It was rebuilt several times in that period because the Manse was a small holding, like a small farm when it was built. So we have an inventory of that barn from 1776 when the Reverend William Emerson died. Wonderful cultural history of agricultural life in New England at that time. The final version of the barn burnt down in 1924. Then 15 years later, the trustees of reservations purchased the site, 25 acres, the house, and a barn for $16,000.
My goodness
So
gracious.
it was quite a bargain.
Yes, to say the least. Well, it's been such a true pleasure. Thank you so much for visiting us at Business Matters, and we appreciate all of the insights that you've offered about the Old Manse and Fruitlands Museum, and invite you back anytime, Tom.
Oh, I'll come back anytime. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
For our viewers, a reminder that in November, the Middlesex West Chamber has its Taste of Middlesex taking place on November 15th at the Westford Regency Ballroom from 5:30 to 8 p.m. I encourage you to get your tickets now. This is an event you will not want to miss. Feel free to bring your family and friends as all 8 towns in our region celebrate a food, wine, and beer extravaganza, showcasing 40 restaurants, wineries, bakeries, breweries, and other specialty food vendors. Attendees will have the opportunity to vote for their favorite vendors in the People's Choice Awards. Tickets are on sale now via the Chamber's website at mwcoc.com, or you can buy tickets in person at our Taste Ticket partner locations listed on the website. Get your tickets today and join us for a fabulous evening of food, wine, beer, and fun. We'll be back shortly with our next guest.
Did you go to the school yard? Where did you look? We can make a plan somehow if I just.
He's a smart boy, and he's gonna be okay.
Okay, try to call him again.
There's no reception. Everything is down.
Try.
I can't.
Try already.
Nothing's working.
Well, just
Everything's
try.
down.
Do you think he's on his way? Please. Is he okay?
Laura,
Please tell me he's okay.
I need you to calm down.
What? It's my baby. This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
Welcome back to Business Matters. And now I have the pleasure of welcoming to Business Matters Thomas Buckborough, owner of Spark Co-Workspace, and Christine Brault, General Manager of Spark Co-Workspace. Welcome to Business Matters.
Thanks for having us.
We're thrilled to have you.
Thanks.
Great. Tell us a little bit about what co-working is all about.
Well, co-working is a work style that someone has, but it is in a shared working environment. So it's a pretty regular concept since it's been around for quite a while. But what makes it special is that it was sort of coined in 2005 by a gentleman by the name of Brad Newberg. And he created this concept of co-working spaces, and it's really changed the way office spaces have been designed so that they attract the independent at-home worker, the person that's telecommuting into an office, the person that's traveling from space to space, and really needs a flexible office. So really, co-working answers the problem of that isolation one might feel when they are in those circumstances, like working at home all the time, distracted by life's busyness and needing to get the work done. So that would be co-working.
And tell me, what happens at Spark?
Well, when Tom and I really looked at the space and were talking about co-working, we really wanted to have a space that made a worker comfortable to come in and just get their work done and start their business going as soon as they land and walk through the door. And so that's what Spark is. It's a very simple concept where people come through the door, they either work at a desk for a day, they either grab an office for a half a day or a full day, or even for a month, or long-term for their permanent workspace. We give that flexibility to them so that they don't have to worry about their workspace, they just have to worry about getting their work done.
Very good, very good. And Thomas, where was the initial impetus for Spark? How did that start?
Well, Christine and I were talking for a long time about various options for the building. It became, the previous tenants moved out and we were considering lots of different things. We wanted it to be community oriented, and that fits in well with both of our backgrounds and interests, and really it just seemed like a really good fit with what the building's makeup was and the spaces were, and it just fit with our sensibilities.
Wonderful. Is there a typical Spark member?
I think what's typical is that they're untypical, and we have a wide variety of users, and we have everybody, as Christine mentioned, from very short-term users. We've had a cable film company come and use the space for a week just to do downloads of videos, and we have an independent filmmaker that has his film crew come and practice and set up mics, to more sort of regular business people that also come and use the space more regularly. So really wide variety and not any one particular industry.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
To have that built-in variety.
Yeah.
And Christine, how does one become a member at Spark?
Well, in keeping with our tradition here, we keep things simple at Spark. And so an individual becoming a member pays a $75 membership charge. They receive a key fob so they can access the building 24/7. And it's as easy as that. They then decide what they need, and we let it be. And they can change month to month. So someone can be part-time, they can be full-time, and it makes things easier.
So Thomas, is membership required?
Actually, it's not required. People can use it without being a full member, as then they are limited to more traditional business hours, and people can rent our conference rooms or the whole space for functions, and so a variety of other possibilities are there as well.
Very versatile space.
Flexibility.
Wonderful, wonderful. And tell me about a connection that Spark has been able to make for a new business.
We had a member come into the space who needed a financial officer, needed someone to help them with finances. And what was great was I had just come from a meeting where I met someone and I had their business card in my hand, and I was able to hand them the business card and made that connection, which helped him greatly, but it also introduced him to a possible investor. And it has turned into an investor, which I just heard yesterday. And so things are really looking up for him, but it's wonderful that all of these connections have sort of stemmed from Spark itself. It's sort of seeing co-working at its best in motion. It's wonderful.
That combination of community and connection.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Wonderful. So I understand Spark hosts special events. And what kinds of events have been happening at Spark?
Well, one of the best feature ones was one that Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce put on there, the Taste of the Town last year, which was a wonderful event. We had, I don't know, it was 70 or 80 people, I think, visited that evening, and 7 or 8 restaurants were there. That was one of our biggest feature events. We've had we had a local parent group that hosted a board meeting there, which they sort of wanted to feel like a reception. Our space is very interesting and artistic, so it's a good place for small groups of 20 or 30 people to have a little cocktail reception or something like that. So there's been a variety of those there as well.
Great, wonderful. And special seminars as well, I understand.
Yes, we try to run them monthly, and we've taken a little break over the summer months, as everyone wants to, but we're getting steamed up for the fall season and offering all different kinds of seminars that'll really focus on what our community is asking for. So I'm actively speaking to members and asking them what they'd like to see come into this space.
That's great. That's great. Being sensitive to their needs, their business needs.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Very good. And I understand that, are there opportunities for off-site meetings? I know that many companies, want to have a mini retreat. They don't want to be meeting in their particular own space, but they'd like to not have to, go across the country.
Absolutely.
So what kind of off-site meeting opportunities are there?
Well, and we've had several groups from different companies come in to have a board meeting. And we've had one just recently that was more of a goal-setting exercise, and they had the large conference room for several hours, but they used the lounge and the kitchen and for breakout rooms and places to go and write if they needed to write. It turned out to be a lovely afternoon, and we were able to have catering come in for them as well.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. Because some organizations really need that retreat.
Exactly.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. Let's look at the broader perspective to understand how Spark is interacting with other co-working communities.
We have a close relationship with Natick Co-working, which is another group that started up around the same time as we do. They're around a similar size and sort of a similar suburban location. And we've gotten a very good synergistic kind of relationship with them, and we're sort of actively pursuing some other suburban. The suburban co-working is sort of a newer concept than city co-working, and we're actively making communities out here with that.
That's great to know about. That's wonderful. And Thomas, I understand that Spark co-working space has been a member of the Chamber for as long as it's been in existence, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
That commitment and support of the Chamber. But tell us how the Chamber has helped Spark in its business.
I think the Chamber and Spark have a very synergistic mission, and promoting new business and old business alike, and promoting community and interaction and connection, really a very similar path, and I think that's probably one of the best places. And we have a networking group that meets there twice a month, business builders that's a part of the Chamber, and quite a few members that are Chamber members, and we give Chamber members a discount to Spark Space.
Oh, interesting. Wonderful.
Quite a bit of different community aspects.
And it really is about helping to grow that business community and make those connections, which, as you said, we share those same values.
Exactly.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Christine, on a broader perspective again, how is the co-working movement growing in terms of from a national perspective and internationally? I know you have your finger on the pulse.
Co-working is now shaping the way businesses are designed. When we talk about designing a space for an office, they are looking at flexible work environments, providing spaces for employees to go take breaks, to still continue to work, but yet be in a comfortable space. Because they're realizing through this co-working movement that there is a new sense of work energy that happens from being in a comfortable place. And so co-working is changing the way we are working.
And I love the fact that you're 24/7, because some of us are night owls and some of us are morning people, and it's great to know that you can, go to a place and focus at 10 o'clock at night or 7 in the morning, whatever works best for you.
Right.
That's great.
Right.
Great. This has been so informative, and thank you so much for coming to Business Matters. Really have enjoyed getting to know more about Spark Co-Workspace, and wish you much success.
Thanks for having us, Kathleen.
Thank you for
You're
having us.
welcome. Welcome. And I hope you can join us in Business Matters in November, as we look forward to welcoming 3 additional Middlesex West businesses: Fish Nook Pet Center, Care One at Concord, and Family Farm Insurance. Thank you so much for watching Business Matters. The Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce would like to acknowledge and thank our broadcast sponsors, Emerson Hospital and the Westford Regency Inn and Conference Center.